Hello and good morning, everyone. Paul Trani here. Going to dive into this wonderful Monday we have with a bunch of new stuff. So I'm going to go in for 30 minutes. I'm glad you like the audio. Hopefully I'm coming in loud and clear and all that good stuff, and everything is working fine. So awesome. Welcome Bruce, Sean, and Chris, and General Kenobi Froja as well. Welcome you. Awesome. Andreas Holler. Frank is in the house. Ooh. Thank you. Double audio echo. That happens. Sorry about that. Let's just turn that off. There we go. Did we fix it? All right. Is the echo gone? Just let me know if the echo is gone, and that would be great. I've started doing my audio a little bit differently. So hopefully it's all right now, and we can get this party started. All right. That was just a fun echo effect that I got rid of. So hopefully it is gone, and if so, we will continue, my friends. Okay, cool. All right, we're good to go. Let's get this party started. So essentially we're going to be tackling, and welcome Roxanne and Ken and Fusion developers on YouTube. I'm checking what is it called? What is my name? Behance chat, so behance.net/Adobe Live is where I am. But in general, excuse me, we have some awesome guests this week. Going to cover some news, check out some cool new creative that I'm so excited about, community spotlight, so highlighting you, the community, and then I'm going to give away some free stuffs and some tips, and I got only 30 minutes, so it's a lot to do. So this is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited about this week for our guests. By the way, let's just kind of click into that. As you can see, our amazing guests right in here, and I will be sharing their URLs here in a second. But I think it's just so cool, the people we have. Let me just pull them up, shall I? Oh man, I'm so excited about these people. All right, let's do this. We have, first off, just kind of want to talk about Nicholas Smith, and then we have Amber, as you can see right here, Amber Turrialba and Patty Mack. So they're going to be sort of like co-hosting, co-presenters. And then I'm going to be hosting Sasha, who is one of my favorite people ever. So sometimes when people come on the schedule, I'm like, please let me be with them. Please let me host them. And Sasha is one of those because she is amazing. That's a piece that she created last time she was on our live stream, and I'm happy to be with her. And Carl Shakur has amazing photography. So let's just kind of jump in there and just get excited about the work that they're creating and get all jealous about it as well. So right in here, you can see Nicholas's work, obviously an illustrator, making some political comments and just creating cool art, right? We can see right in here what he's done with, I forgot this guy's name, but where's my brain at? Spider-Man. Again, you can check out all of his work, but he knocks out a lot of awesome work, as you can see. Stuff from realistic to even more fun, as you can see. So multitude of styles, and yeah, I think it'll be good. So yeah, pretty cool. Having Nicholas with us this week, which is awesome. So we also, if I could just kind of double check, we have Patty Mack. So check out Patty Mack's travel portfolio, by the way, which is amazing. Could you imagine just if I took one of these photos in my lifetime, I would just be happy. It's wow, this is awesome. If I just took one of them, and yet he's churning out a number of amazing photos, if you ask me. So we'll hear from Patty Mack and Amber as well today, which is going to be pretty darn awesome. Scroll through all of his work. See right in here. I forget the name of this place. That's in Arizona, which is currently closed. As far as I know, looks like the Grand Canyon right there. So again, pretty cool having Patty Mack and Amber with us today. So cool photography, cool illustration today. Shift gears, we could kind of talk about Sasha's work. See it right here. It's one of my favorite artists. And just kind of do a recap of her story. She, and I'll correct this with her on Wednesday and Thursday, but she was doing fan art for Game of Thrones, and an LA agency discovered her work and was basically like, hey, you need to come work for us. Your work is amazing. And next thing you know, she's like creating work for Game of Thrones, right? So here we go. These are the originals right in here if we could take a look. So it's like, this was just a passion project of hers, just having fun, making all these different crests. I don't know what they are exactly because I didn't watch Game of Thrones, even though it's like right within my genre of shows that I like. But it's cool that she went sort of from working in her basement in Russia to working in LA and having a dream job and just doing amazing work. So I think that's awesome. All right. How many guards does it take to close the Grand Canyon? First off, Steve, like, there is really only a couple points. Sure, you can go to the edge of the Grand Canyon. There's only a couple of stairs to go down the Grand Canyon. So there's the North Gate and the South Gate. I don't know if there's one on the east side, but North Gate was closed. I don't know if it's open now. But that's all they need to do is just close the, Anyways, it is fine. Carl Shakur's work as well. We can see, again, another amazing photo. I wish I could be or take this photo. His buddy's like, hey, why don't you just run up there and on that other mountain and take a photo of me? 2 days later, they take the shot. So I think it's fun hearing about the backgrounds of these amazing shots more than anything, like sort of the history and everything. That's good stuff. Yeah, Chris, we'll kind of recap that. She's awesome because she does 3D. She does... obviously Photoshop. She's like really sort of a multidisciplined designer. It's just one of the most humble people you'll meet. So I think that's cool who we have this week, and I'm super excited about it. And I know Paco's super excited about the photographers because the photographers are amazing as well. So it's going to be a good week, and I'm glad you guys are here with me. So, well, if we can move on, let's jump right into this, and let's dive into some news now, folks. All right, welcome back. Let's check out the news that we have. I know I haven't really announced this like live, so I feel like I should today, but basically save the date because Adobe MAX is coming. It's going to be online again, which basically means, hey, you know what? It is free. So just go to max.adobe.com is what it should be. That's all you got to do. And obviously you'll see all the info. And the key thing is like you do want to register because... I guess, look, we have 2020 sessions. We've been releasing sessions like every week, so kind of keep that in mind. I would go through and watch Chris Georginas's session. Chris, I don't know if you had one, but I think you should have for sure. But anyways, check them out. Some of them we only have live for a certain amount of time because we only have the rights to use that famous person's likeness or I don't know what for a limited amount of time. But anyways, so check out the previous sessions, but save the date. And just don't go anywhere. October 26th through 28th. And you'll see this chump right here. Who's that guy? This is a chump. All right, so now you know what's happening. Just sign up and, don't travel that day if you don't mind, right? Oh, the Max guy never showed up. Thank you, Sam, for posting that link. All right, caught it on GoPro. Oh, I did not see Music in the Canyon. I would like to see that documentary. Anyways, all right. Let's move on. I was just reading chat. Let's kind of switch gears slightly. Not really design related, kind of, technology related. But I know the world's going through lots of stuff. And I think right now, at least in the U.S., we're all like, I would say actually about 60% of us are trying to get vaccinated. There's certain websites that you can go to in your area. You just enter in your zip code. Vaccinespotter.org is one of them. So you just enter in your zip code. You can search within a certain radius, and it'll tell you if any appointments are available that you can go ahead and book, even though they have excess vaccines available. So just throwing that out there for those who want to get vaccinated. Hopefully you all do, just because I want everybody to be safe, right? That's the whole goal. Yes, you are all over the place, Chris Georginus, but it's good to see you, man. I got your first dose last Thursday. That's awesome, Bryce. I know my neighbor, she happened to subscribe to or followed a Twitter handle here in Denver, and she was able to get a dose of vaccine yesterday. So through a Twitter handle, and hopefully I'll get that from her. But anyways, that's just some random news, and I also want to talk about new features as well. Ooh, Austin got your first dose this morning. Awesome. That's cool. Super easy. You know, it's kind of like just getting a flu shot, right? Okay. A number of new features, by the way. I'll just highlight a couple of them, if you don't mind. And yeah, let's do this. I'll switch screens after I close all this craziness that's on my desktop. Holy cow, so many things. All right, let's switch over now. And again, I won't go through all of them, but make sure you're on your Creative Cloud desktop apps. You can see updated recently, and you can see sort of when the last updates hit. So 11 days ago, we had a Photoshop update that supports the new Apple Silicon M1 chip, FYI. Don't worry about that pre-release, because that's none of your business. Stability fixes in Illustrator. InDesign has some stability improvements. A new curated learn and discover. You can go through all this stuff, but do make sure you hit update. I kind of want to talk about a couple of them. Let's actually, you can always view more. Camera raw update. Okay, got that. Cool. Let me get into some syncing, by the way, and some sharing. And I think I saw that this happens across multiple apps. Sync settings, that's awesome. All right, so let me jump in here. Let me show you a couple things. You update Photoshop, for instance, right up here, right? We've updated it. What does that mean? Hey, we've added some new features. We always sneak little things in there. So this is what I'm working on. Like, yeah, for real, working on this image. I think it must be really large because it is slowing down my machine like nobody's business. I want to add a new background back there. I'm going to select these vector tools. We've had these vector tools in the past, or excuse me, recently they were updated, but I'm going to jump in, just select like the polygon tool, because I'm like, oh, it'd be cool to have like just a cool polygon shape kind of behind her. So I'm drawing that out, as you can see. Right there we have it. It's just white. And what we have now are sort of the on-object controls. Just like we do in Illustrator and XD, we can go ahead and round that corner, right? We can not only do that, we could do that off to the side right over here. So I've adjusted it 268 pixels, right? And we can always add more. In fact, we can take, oops, could add a lot. But let's go 50. Make like a funky star badge or whatever. You guys get the idea. But you now have sort of on-screen controls for some of those vector tools. So that's all you needed to know. So we'll take that. We'll drop that in the background. Why not? Right? That'll be a fun little badge. That's going to go in the background. And I'm sorry, my machine is moving so slow. Yes. Oh yeah, Marsha. She's my idol as well, by the way. She's like, I have design crushes. I have a design crush on Sasha, on Luke Choice, who's Velvet Spectrum, Magdal Lopez. I'm just naming my favorite designers. Chris Georginus, favorite designer. Anna McNaught, favorite designer. So again, it's cool to have some people that you just like really admire, and you actually get to hear them talk and just realize how cool they are, and just so open with their process, which is cool. All right, let's switch to iPad real fast, shall we? Let's jump into the iPad because I want to show you a feature or two right over here. Let's hurry up, Paul. We don't have time. Go back. All right, here we are. Let me switch on my iPad. Photoshop on the iPad. A couple new things in here. Check this out. We can click right here and you get a couple of options. So you actually have version history. So you can view the version history for this file. So there's no need. Look what I still do it. I'm still in that bad habit of like, why do I have 3 of the same file? There's no need because I can view the version history for this file, and it's all these PSDs that are being saved in the background, right? So I could just jump in here. We could see sort of this month. We can roll back to earlier versions. Let's see what this one looks like. Yeah, no, I was just starting out, obviously. This one I kind of like. Yeah, let's go ahead and bookmark it and name it Pretty Good. So that's pretty good. Right, there you go. You guys get the idea. That's how version history works. You could actually view this in the browser. Did you guys know that? So I could jump out to a browser. This is, I think, a different asset, but this is also in Illustrator on the iPad, right? So we can view version history right here, right? We could see the marked versions, right? Clicking through those, just different colors I was trying out. And right up there, we have open in Illustrator or open in Photoshop, open in Lightroom, right? It will go ahead and open that up in Illustrator in this case and do what it needs to. So that's cool, right? Okay, I also want to point out right up here, because this is new as well, okay? Fairly new. But we have invite to edit. So invite to edit, I can go ahead and share this with someone else, with Michelle Saporito. I could share it with her. She can do whatever she wants. We have version history, so we can say sort of Michelle's version, Paul's version, whatever the case may be, but they can then work on this file. So invite to edit is also in there, version history. And actually, if you click right here, guess what? You can make offline. So if you are working, I don't know, you just want it offline, you can go ahead and make it offline. Right now it says online only. Let's go to this one right here. Make available offline always. So that's that feature right there. Okay, so just like flexibility with your files is awfully nice. So yeah. All right, that's it. That's all I have for news. And yeah, collaborative feature is awesome. Sweet. I also encourage you guys, if you miss anything, so like if we jump into After Effects, for instance, let me try to load up After Effects. Come on, buddy. But you can get to all these features pretty easily. In the lower left corner, you can just click on New Features. So I'm just waiting for it to load. Well, anyways, we could always go right up here to what's new. So let me switch screens and let's highlight some of you guys as well. So right up here, you could just go to what's new. That's the easy part, right? What's new. But also on the splash screens, there's a little button that says what's new. Oh, right down here. Shoop. This is the one I like to go to. Oh, what's new? Click right there, and then we get it right within After Effects. So I don't have to launch a new browser. We see the 3D design space, rotobrush, tapered shape strokes, what I talked about on Friday, which is awesome. Chris Georginas, you need to know about that one. Yeah, there's always dimension updates in the works. In fact, I get a lot of emails from that team about like they're testing out a lot of new features and they're actually polling a lot of people like, hey, do you want to see animation? Do you want to be able to do more modeling? Like, what do you think of the rendering engine and all that stuff? So I don't know anything specifically, but I feel like they're working on a lot of stuff. That's all. All right, so let's move on. Let's check out what's new from you guys, the creatives out there. Let's get inspired. There we are. Here I am. Such a quick change up. I'm really excited about some of these projects that I've come across, and hopefully it inspires you as well. It's all about exposing you to new things. I really love this personal project, so I'm going to go ahead and switch screens right over here. Bam, here we are. This is just from Bernat Casanovas Torres. I'm sure he used more than, oh yeah, so there we go. He uses Cinema 4D, ZBrush, Photoshop as well. And as celebrity influencers does these beautiful renders. But you could see this sort of simplified style that's really popular in Illustrator and with just like flat art looks fantastic in 3D as well. These sort of simplified, exaggerated characters like this woman here. So again, influencers. Isn't it hilarious? So good. Anyways, I'm really into it. I love that. Let's move on. Again, just getting you inspired. Sort of taking a simplified look and making it 3D, which I think was like super clever. Look at how awesome that is. Come on now. Tell me you don't want to learn 3D after looking at that. Okay, let's move on. Between explosion and suppression. So this is by 1000 Day. Right, that's just what the person's known as. But let's take a look at this work, which is amazing, done in Illustrator. So impressed with this. Has a little storage you could kind of follow along with. But you have these detailed illustrations, right? And again, he will go through the process. Look at this gorgeous work. Scrolling down. These swirls, you might recognize these swirls looking like the, what is it? The sort of vectorized photo look is what it looks like to me. But look at this. This is like speaks to me as well. Isn't that awesome? Cool skull breaking up. Let's scroll down and we'll see some of the making of or some of those strokes. Let's actually click through this. Might be easier on your eyes. There we are. Look at that. Long knot, abyss, oxymoron, explosion, ignition, explosion. Where's the... I probably passed it up somewhere. There we are. So you could see sort of using... well, he has a brush selected, but just kind of shows a glimpse of it in Illustrator, and that's all. Anyways, let's move on, guys. I gotta get going. There's cooler stuff out here that I could talk about. Accenture did this cool typography, which I thought was really cool, right? But I also want to get into this replica portraits as well. So it's talking about video, taking these sort of digital portraits, melding them together, right? Just clicking play, and we'll watch that come to life. And literally that's done with filters, some masking, right? Masking different areas and using different filters in this case, which I think is really cool. And again, it just starts cycling through all these different faces. It's pretty darn awesome. And again, that's just another portrait project by Michael Wrigley. So follow Michael's work. You guys get the idea. Yeah. Oh, I want to get into this some more. So other people that I stumbled upon, Werner Hornung is a guy who only has like 167 followers, but I'm like really into his work, right? So let's actually go to the portfolio, sort of like image review. Like, look at this stuff. Really cool. Like, nobody knows of this guy. He has only like 100 followers, but I think he's creating really cool work, you know, using Photoshop, actually using Plotograph. That's what that's done with. I mean, look at that. Just really cool stuff. It's like not really doing it for the attention, just like you could hardly find his stuff anywhere. And anyways, I just thought it was like really cool. So there's a shout out to the little known Werner Hornung. All right, let's move on, guys. It's about, I never even have enough time, do I? All right, and just a quick shout out, community spotlight to Steve Casaboom. I don't know if he's here. Steve's always here, and that's why I wanted to give him a shout out. Steve, you're amazing. Love all your questions. On Friday, I think you were watching the master classes, and you were, it was like 3 a.m. New Zealand time. So shout out to Steve. He's awesome. He's also really helpful. We've had conversations around NFT, so just wanted to give him a thank you for just being an awesome guy. Thank you so much, Steve. All right. Down to my last minute or so. Oh, let's check this out really fast. Free resources, just so you know, keep these in mind. You could find these if you just go to Discover. Hold on 1 second. Let's go right here. This is even easier. You don't even need to know where it is. Right up here, Discover within the app. Right here. Click there. You can see all these different areas, the featured work, and this is where you can find free stuff. So right down here, lately I'm just really into these geometric brushes. Sorry I clicked on it twice, but there's geometric brushes that we just released. Oh shoot, I hate it when I don't show you the screen. So sorry everybody. Again, from your Creative Cloud desktop, you can go to Discover and you can see sort of featured work, but this is where we also have free stuff right in here. So this is what I clicked on 10 free geometric pattern brushes. There's also LUTs in here. If I scroll down, there should be more LUTs. Let's check it out. Wait for it. I got, oh no, about 10 seconds right up here. Right over here, you click, you go to the browser, you go to this Discover. This is the Discover Experience. Free resources. Click right there, and that's where you get the LUTs and all even more free stuff. So that's all I have to show you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. More later on. Thank you so much for hanging out, and we'll be right back in a moment. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll see ya.